Look at these two clips, same footage, same lighting, same audio. One of them keeps people watching and the other one doesn't. And the difference has nothing to do with your camera, your location, or how good you are on screen. It's one move. Editors at Mr. Beast use it. Every high retention channel on YouTube uses it. And most people have no idea it's even there because when it's done right, you can't even see it. It's called the micro zoom, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in CapCut for free in under 10 minutes. Let's go. Now before I show you the trick, you need to understand why your viewers are leaving, because if you don't understand the problem, you'll apply the fix in the wrong places and it won't work. Look at this retention graph. See this drop right here? That's the most common drop-off point on talking head videos, and the reason is simple. Your brain is pattern matching. Your viewers are watching you talk, their brain scans the frame, nothing's changing, no new information in the visual, so it tells them nothing new here, you can leave, and they end up leaving. Now the fix isn't just more jump cuts, it's not jump cuts that are jarring, the fix isn't louder music, that's annoying. The fix is something so subtle that the viewer's brain processes it without them even knowing. A slow, almost imperceptible push into the frame, a micro zoom. When the frame is slowly moving, even by 1 or 2%, the brain stays engaged. It thinks something is changing and I should keep watching. That's the entire psychology behind it, and it takes about 30 seconds to set up in CapCut. Okay, so I've got my talking head clip on the timeline, just a standard clip. I'm gonna show you the whole process from scratch so you can follow along on any video you've already recorded. And the first thing is you need to make sure you're working with a clip that's at least 10 seconds long. The micro zoom needs time to breathe, so if your clips are super short, like 2 or 3 seconds, this technique just works differently, and I'll show you that version in a second. So you're gonna tap and click to select it. So right here, this one's 11.5 seconds, and you're gonna see the toolbar appear at the bottom. All right, we're not gonna go to the speed menu, we're not gonna go to the filters, we want the keyframe. So we're gonna look for that little diamond up at the top right above your timeline. Now you're gonna move your playhead until you get to the spot where you want to add that keyframe. So I'm gonna go right here. Let's see.
The first, like coffee, the first.
So right here, I'm gonna hit that first keyframe. You're gonna see it's gonna highlight red. I'm gonna keep this as is because I want it to zoom in. So right now, this is gonna be the beginning part of my zoom. Now you're gonna move your playhead to the end of this clip. All right, so I'm gonna bring it to here. And once I get to the end, now I'm gonna zoom in, not too much, just a little bit on each side. Again, we don't want it to be over the top where it's too zoomed in. So now when I go back to play this, watch what happens.
First, like coffee, date nights, anything like that. But that's not where the real money is hiding. The actual leak is the autopilot spending.
So you see that the clip is slowly pushing it towards your face over the duration of the clip, super subtle. Your viewer can't consciously identify it, but their brain is being locked into the information you're sharing. Now I'm gonna give you a variation that most tutorials won't show you, and this one is actually more important and more powerful for certain moments in your video. Instead of zooming in all over the clip, we're gonna zoom out. So we're gonna take this clip for example. We're gonna start with that same thing and add that keyframe. Okay, except this time I am gonna zoom in on the first keyframe. So I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit, okay? Then I'm gonna move my playhead towards the end of this clip, and then I'm going to zoom it back to where I started the clip, where it perfectly fits inside. All right, so now I'm gonna go to this and watch what happens.
$304 a month on things we forgot we even signed up for, like unused memberships, app subscriptions that we no longer use, and service.
So you can see the result is a slow, gentle pullback. It creates a feeling of revelation, like something's being revealed to the viewer. Now, I want to make this clear. You want your zoom ins to be when you're building toward a point, and you want your zoom out to be when you're landing a point or wrapping up a thought. The emotional rhythm of your edit will start to feel cinematic without anyone even knowing why. Okay, so now you know how to do it for one clip, but your video is probably 20, 30, 50 clips. You're not gonna wanna do a keyframe for every single one manually. So here's the workflow that actually saves you time. First, don't apply micro zooms to every clip. That's just a big mistake. Apply them to your longer clips, anything 8 seconds or more. Short clips under 5 seconds don't need it because they're already cutting fast enough to hold attention. The second is you want to alternate your direction. So zoom in on one clip, zoom out on another, zoom in on clip 3, kind of just keep a pattern going back and forth. This creates a subconscious breathing rhythm in your edit. It's what separates editors who use the technique from editors who master the technique. Third, pay attention to your keyframe easing. By default, CapCut uses a linear curve, meaning the zoom moves at a constant speed. However, for a more cinematic feel, after you set your keyframes, tap the diamond and look for the curve icon. Switch it to ease in or ease out. The zoom will now accelerate gently and decelerate gently, which ends up coming across as much more natural looking. Now, before you run off and apply this to every video, there's 3 mistakes I see constantly that kills the effect. Mistake number 1 is zooming too far. I typically see people zoom way too far into where it's too close to your face. Once you can see the zoom, it actually stops being psychological and starts being annoying to the viewer. So we don't want to overdo it. The other thing is applying it to every clip, including the short ones. If your clip is 3 seconds and you've got a micro zoom on it, it's going to look like a shaky camera, not a deliberate move. So we're going to leave those short clips alone and make sure we're only editing the ones that are over 10 seconds long. And mistake number 3 is using it as a substitute for good content. The micro zoom reduces drop off. It does not fix a boring video. So if your content isn't giving value, people are still going to leave just 20 seconds later. The technique buys you time. So what do you need to do with that time is still on you. Now here's a video I edited without micro zooms and the average view duration. And here's a video I edited with micro zooms, same length, similar content, and here's the average view duration. And that's the difference one technique makes. Now, I'm not saying micro zooms are the only factor. Your hook, your pacing, your audio, they all matter. But this is the kind of invisible work that compounds. Every viewer who watches 20 extra seconds because of your edit is a viewer the algorithm notices. And again, that's the micro zoom. One technique, 30 seconds to apply, and it quietly keeps your viewers watching longer every single time. And the best part, every creator you watch who does this, you'll never unsee it. It's everywhere once you know what to look for. If this helped you, drop a comment and tell me what your average view duration was before and after you try this. I read every single one and I want to know how it worked for you. And if you want the next technique in this series, the one that fixes your first 30 seconds, go ahead and check it out right here and I'll see you there.